Hey, what is up now? This is Cam Jennings coming at you from epicconversions.com. I want to talk to you guys today about what I find to be tiresome, okay? I want to talk about the thick layer of daddy theater that I see all the time on Substack. And I kind of wonder where it comes from, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's like I was gonna call this authority theater. And by the way, I don't know how long this live stream is gonna be. I just wanted to jump on here. I had a thought. I was thinking about this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. My goodness, like I get on Substack every single day and try to like kind of network with other people, kind of like comment on some other people's stuff. But I swear, there's such a thick layer of daddy theater on Substack. And you're probably like, what do you mean, daddy theater, Kim? What are you talking about? What I'm talking about is this like what I imagine like the wise old dad, who's like basically sunning you, right? Sunning you, kind of talking down to you a little bit, telling you what you need to do, what you ought to do. Back in my day, here's what blah 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 blah. Here's what you should be doing. Boom, 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 boom. Like, and it's just this kind of like performance, it's like a performance. It's like authority theater is what it is. It's like a whole bunch of people kind of vying for authority, trying to like, I don't know, man, trying to grab some authority basically. And I've been calling it daddy theater, but I'll give you, okay, I know where it comes from, okay? I figured out where it comes from. I'm going to explain to you where this comes from. But you'll probably, if you're watching this, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. If you hang out on Substack a lot and you just kind of scroll through, you just keep on seeing the same style of posts over and over and over again. These kind of like authoritative posts that are meant to like tell you something like, here's what you ought to be doing. Don't do this, do that. Here's what you should be doing. Boom, boom, boom. It's just kind of like, and when you see it enough, you start thinking, wow, this is like, how come everyone is posting stuff like this? This is very strange to me. I'll give you a few examples of what I'm talking about. And by the way, I'm not going to name drop anybody here. If you recognize any of these posts, hey, it's nothing against these people. I just think these posts suck. Nothing against any of them. I mean, look, it's cool. Someone could jump on here and watch this video and say, hey, I don't like your live streams, Cam. I think they suck. That's okay. That's totally fine. I think these daddy theater posts kind of suck. All right. That's my opinion. I'll give you a few examples. These are real examples I pulled from the wilds of Substack. I got 3 examples I pulled from the wilds. Then I'm going to give you 3 more examples that I got Gemini. I think I used Gemini to make for me. Okay. And maybe you'll start to get a feel for where these kind of posts are coming from. I don't know if they're coming from the wild or not, really. I think they might be kind of just like, whipped up by, your friendly neighborhood LLM or whatever. But anyways, so here's 3 real examples of daddy theater, okay? You don't grow by yelling louder. You grow by being unforgettable to fewer people. Small audience, scale fast. M dash. If the message is sharp enough, it's not about getting everyone. It's about getting the right ones hooked. All right. Thanks. Thanks. Small audiences scale fast. It's not about getting everyone. It's about getting the right ones hooked, right? I don't know. It's just like these little these little jabs of wisdom, dished out by the wise old daddy. Here's another one. The secret to online business success, : you need to find a market in need of a product, not a product in need of a market. That's just how it works. That's how it works. Man, thanks. You need to find a market in need of a product, not a product in need of a market. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that is That's interesting advice, and it's true for the most part. I mean, it is good to have a hungry market and to try to serve that market. I think the devil's in the details. It's not always, markets use an internet signal or what, but it's not always easy to come up with new products for existing, markets with existing problems. So that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. I do agree that a lot of times, if you can find a hungry market that's in need of something and they're not being served, that's way better. That's a way easier sledding than creating a product trying to, find a market for your product. So I would agree with that, but I just think the way that this note is written, it's that daddy theater kind of thing where you're just basically telling people, "Hey, that's how it works. That's how it is." I don't know this note really provides a lot of value to anybody really. I don't know if it really means anything. I mean, it's basically, saying something that's been said many, many times. It's almost trite. It's been said so much. But it's fine, whatever. And then here's a third one for you. The wealthiest people obsess over legal tax minimization. Okay, whatever. Legal tax minimization. The wealthiest people obsess over basically reducing their taxes, is what we're talking about here. Yeah, I mean, I think most people know that. I think most people are aware that, like, wealthy people are good at not paying a bunch of taxes. I mean, that's you know, smart people are good at minimizing their taxes. Smart people are good at legal tax minimization, if that's what you want to call it. You know, Again, like daddy theater. You know what I mean? Performance pieces. There's no reason for it. It's just, what's the point, man? What is the point? Like, I don't understand how pieces like this really connect with people. Personally, that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't look at the likes and the comments on these notes at all. Maybe they're just like through the roof. Who knows? I don't really care. I think they're stupid. I don't think they're very good. They don't make me want to comment or engage with it. That's for sure. I don't really care. So I was like, where is all this daddy theater coming from? Where is this coming from? Where is the daddy theater originating? So I went over to Gemini and I said, hey, can you give me 3 viral notes in the online business space for Substack? They should be captivating, engaging, helpful, and polarizing. And this is what Gemini whipped out for me. Stop building a personal brand. Ooh, we're getting ready. We're getting started right off the bat on Daddy Theater. Stop building a personal brand. It's become a vanity project for people who don't have a real business. If your entire strategy relies on people liking your personality, you don't have an asset. M dash, you have a job as a full-time influencer. The smartest founders I know are pivoting back to product-led growth. They're making things that solve a painful problem while they sleep, rather than performing for an algorithm while they're awake. Reputation is a byproduct of excellence, not a substitute for it. Stop posting selfies and start shipping solutions. Wow, Gemini hitting me up with that daddy theater. That's it, right? Gemini has captured daddy theater perfectly as soon as I ask for that kind of note. Here's another one. Low prices don't help people. Like, they're kind of like these declarative statements. You're kind of like with these notes, they're kind of talking at you. They're not like necessarily trying to be helpful. They're just talking at you. They're like lecturing you. Low prices don't help people. They enable a lack of commitment. If you charge $50 for a course, your completion rate will be 3%. If you charge $5,000 for a transformation, what is it with AI and transformation, man? It's like AI is like obsessed with this word transformation. I don't get it. I'm telling you, I have coached plenty of clients over the last 15 years. Not a single one of them has ever asked me for a transformation. Not a single one. They have always came to me looking for results, okay? They've always came to me looking for a more positive result. Usually they come to me with a negative result and they are not doing well, and they're looking for a positive result. They're hoping that the money they paid me is justified, and they're going to get a positive result. None of them have ever came to me asking for some kind of transformation. I don't understand this transformation BS, man. It's like this came straight from the self-help niche or something, you know? This is clearly AI, and this is AI because AI wrote this. But it's like, if you charge $5,000 for transformation, your success rate will be 80%. When people pay, they pay attention. Charging premium prices isn't about greed. It's about ensuring your client has enough skin in the game to actually do the work. If you're undercharging, you're actually doing your audience a disservice by making it easy for them to fail. I don't disagree with this idea or this sentiment, but I disagree with the delivery. Okay, the delivery is pure performance. It's pure daddy theater, and I don't think it connects with people personally. It doesn't connect with me, especially when all I see is crap like this. It's nuts. And when I read this chat, this isn't ChatGPT, this was Gemini. When I read this Gemini this Gemini, I'm not going to say written, it was generated. When I see this Gemini generated note, like I'm starting to become very clearly aware of where all those other notes are coming from. They're coming from LLMs. Here's another one. We are currently in the great dilution. What the hell is the great dilution? 90% of the content, code, and consulting being sold right now is just an AI wrapper. It's never been easier to look like an expert, and it's never been harder to actually be one. In 6 months, efficiency will be a commodity. If your only value proposition is that you can do something faster or cheaper than a human, you've already lost. The only thing that will command a premium in 2026 is high stakes judgment. You aren't paying for the output. You aren't paid for the output. You're paid for the courage to make the right decision when the data is messy. Again, like some of this stuff makes some sense, but it's like the delivery is ridiculous. The delivery is ridiculous. So I read these and it's clear to me that this is just daddy theater, right? And I've been kind of like mocking it, calling it daddy theater just because it's ridiculous, man. I don't think that I mean, me personally, I just don't resonate with this performance kind of like this performance authority or whatever you want to call it, where you're just kind of like declaring, like anybody can get on like Substack or any other platform and make this like declarative statement, right? I'm gonna make a declarative statement, and take it or leave it, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if people necessarily connect with that, especially when everybody else is doing the same thing, like I see this all the time, every single day, this kind of daddy theater. It's a thick layer of performance authority. It's, I don't know, man. I don't resonate with it personally. I mean, maybe if it was like not all over the place, but like right now, it's crazy the way it's just all over the place. I'm so tired of hearing that word transformation. I mean, it's weary. It's just tiresome to hear it, and I never hear anybody asking for a transformation. And I don't know that people really resonate with like this whole like daddy theater thing. I don't. I think that like people who are, they got a big audience and they put like these declarative statements out, and like, they're probably using AI to do them. Oh, they're scaling their notes on Substack. So they're using AI to whip out 1,000 notes in like a day or something. And they just dole them out 5 or 10 a day, and maybe they get a lot of engagement because they have a big audience, and people are engaging with them because they got like kind of like this celebrity about them, so people want to kind of like, oh, I want to like I want to engage with the celebrity or whatever, but it's not necessarily something that would get like the average person engaged with, because it doesn't seem real. It seems like on brand. You know what I mean? That's the best way to describe this whole daddy theater thing. It's on brand, right? And I just think personally, nobody really knows who I am on Substack, and so I'm getting to see this view from kind of like the trenches, as far as I'm concerned, and from my view in the trenches, what is resonating with people the most is just just like real takes, man. Do you have an honest take? Like, I truly do not understand the idea of a kitchen table entrepreneur, someone who is trying to build an audience, someone who is trying to come up. I really truly don't understand the need to have like AI like bang out 1,000 notes for you. I mean, I think you do better just like coming up with something, one thing, just coming up with one thing interesting to say. Just come up with one interesting thing to say a day. And if you can't come up with one interesting thing to say a day in your niche, man, you probably don't know your market well enough, right? You probably don't know your market well enough. If you can't come up with one thing to say about your niche a day, you probably don't know your market well enough. And and I don't just mean like one thing to say. I mean one thing that's worth saying. One thing interesting. Come up with one interesting thing to say a day. I think you do better just coming up with one interesting thing to say that's true. That's like just one true thing as far as the way you see it. I think that's better than like coming up with 10 or 20 like these declarative daddy theater statements. That's what I think, man. I really don't understand why anyone who is like a kitchen table entrepreneur, like a one person show, would really need to scale like their Substack notes to begin with. I don't really understand it. I mean, I think that, like I said, I think you do better just coming up with one interesting thing to say a day that matters to you. And I don't know that like we need to stick so close to the script of being on brand either. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think the information is becoming so commoditized. I think that the delivery is starting to matter much more. I think that like the way you come across, like the way you present yourself to people. I think it's important that you're the genuine article, and I don't know if the information is primary as much anymore. Like these declarative statements, they don't hit me right. They're just ridiculous. And when I go over there and I get like Gemini to whip off a few of them for me, they look just like the crap I've been reading on Substack to me. So I don't know. I think come up with something interesting to say every day. And, I don't know that you have to like hold yourself to just stuff that's on brand. I don't know if you need to just be on brand. I think people are going to follow you first for the personality and for the attitude and for the way you are, and then like they're going to like kind of like navigate to your brand. But I don't know if you can go on brand first and like it really engages or resonates with people. I don't know. That's how I look at it. That's what my gut tells me. But anyways, I just had to laugh at these daddy theater notes that I'm reading every day. I literally barely ever find anything to comment on these days. It's too much daddy theater for me, man. And I say daddy loosely, okay? Because I see plenty of women doing posts like this, okay? That's mommy theater for you. A little mommy theater, a little daddy theater. I mean, everybody trying to tell you exactly what to do with these declarative, authoritative performance piece notes. I'm not in it, man. I'm not in it. That's just me. Whatever. I hope you're doing well out there. I will try to check in with you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace now.